Man, this thing is not the greatest thing of all time. All right. Yeah, see if we can pump this tire up. Be right back. It is time to clean up buckets and stuff. We're gonna head down. I don't feel like pulling the battery out of my tractor tonight. So, sorry, out of my truck tonight to get the tractor running. So we are going to do it the old manual way. But this tire is completely flat. There we go. Got it dry rotted. Might blow up on me on the way down. All right, stick this thing back here quick. Be right back out. All right. Gonna be tricky hauling you guys with me with this thing. We should be all set. I think it was Saturday afternoon. I came out and pulled the taps around here. So we've got basically down across the road. And I think I'm gonna bring one of these buckets with me. Just so we can the kids made a mess. There we go. All right. Let's go for a walk. See if we can't get this done today. It's it's been pretty much cloudy all day. Now the sun's coming out for trying to break through the clouds a little bit. So that's good. At least we get a little bit of sun. All right. Let's see. Let's see here. There we go. Whoops. All right. Let's head down and grab the taps. Flip you guys around so we can see what's going on here. Maybe. There we go. My tripod seems to be getting a little wiggly on me. Thought my boys were going to come down with me. They decided they didn't want to. That's all right. The Maine wilderness. We shall go. Like I said, I didn't feel like digging the battery out of my truck to go start the tractor. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll see I've been fighting with that thing. So, we're going to do the old manual wheelbarrow way today. I am ready for spring. Hey, the robins are around now. It's funny, the robins will usually show up late February to mid-March. I saw my first robin here probably, I don't know, last Thursday or Friday. So they haven't been hanging around very much. Apparently it's too cold for them. All right. Woo! Rocks make it bumpy down through here. All right. Here we go. I'll flip you guys around so you can see what's actually going on here. The body. Kind of sounds like it. I'm down through here with a wheelbarrow and a that's funny. Nope, I'm getting sap buckets cleaned up. The sap season is over. So I'm down here pulling buckets, just getting stuff cleaned back up. Man, my maple syrup season this year, it was a bust. I think we ended up with a total of just over a half a gallon of sap. So it wasn't great. Let's see. Trying to get things. There we go. I came down to collect the sap last week. Friday, I think it was. And it was all milky. So what that usually means, the trees have started to bud. So I'm calling it. I'm done. I've got other videos and stuff, other projects that I want to work on. So I'm gonna call it for this year. It was messed up. Anyway, so next year, hopefully we'll have my dad's evaporator up and running in its permanent position. So that'll be good too, to have that. But it this year was not, it didn't work very well. I think I collected a total of like 250 gallons of sap, and a lot of it went bad before we could boil it. Most of it froze, and I just threw it out because we couldn't deal with it. It wasn't working. Man, I'm surprised. This I collected these. What day was it? I collected these. It was last Thursday, I believe, and that's all I'm getting out of them. So it's like they haven't even. It's like they stopped running too. Last week, when I came down here, there was at least sap in them. But it was, it was that cloudy sap. But there's not even sap in them this time. Like I said, I'm done anyway. We're calling it. I gotta go grab this spile. I forgot the spile over here. There we go. More. Yep, there's one more. Wow. Remember to pull the spiles out of these things. I'm pulling buckets and. We'll get these back up and get them cleaned up. What do we got? You'd have a red wagon. That'd be fun. It would be funny. I'd probably like get somebody called on me. There's a creepy guy running through the woods with a red wagon. All right, there's that one. Spin you guys around here a little bit. Yeah, it's crazy, man. For sitting down here for 3 or 4 days, there's not much in these buckets, so it's a good thing I wasn't expecting to get much more anyway. So tap came out as it was, because we're done. Time for mushroom hunting soon. So that's one thing that I have never, I've never really done a whole lot of. I know there's a lot of mushrooms in Maine for me to identify. I've always been scared of them because, like, I don't know. I can identify turkey tails and I can identify chaga. Anything other than that, I'm scared to go. I'm scared of what I'm going to find. I know there's a lot of poisonous ones out here, so I kind of stay away from mushrooms, but it would be fun. I have a family friend that is really knowledgeable in that stuff. Do you ever harvest birch? Like birch sap, you mean? I'm assuming. Sorry, let me turn this thing on here so I can. This stand is kind of sucky. It'll follow me, but it's kind of glitchy. At least I'm not walking out of frame every 2 seconds. I'm assuming you're probably meaning like birch sap. And no, I've never done birch sap. I have some family friends that do, but I've heard that's like 200 to 1 versus, 35, 40 to 1 with maple. So no, I've never done that. I guess it'd be neat to try sometime, but I don't even have time to do maple sometimes. So oops, I'm mixing buckets here. Oops, there. Told you this thing wasn't going to follow me very good. Hello from Wisconsin. Hello from Maine. Hopefully Wisconsin's warming up. It's not here. Not much anyway. We've been, man, weather this year. Just don't eat the yellow parts of it. 40 here. Yeah, so we're like, I think 37 on the way home from work. So you guys are about where we are. Just doesn't seem like it wants to warm up though. It's this weekend, maybe. They're saying maybe mid 50s. Could possibly hit 60s. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for. You know what I'm ready for? I can't wait for it. The peepers. I don't know if there's peepers like everywhere. Same forecast here. Yeah, just kind of dreary. It's like the sun's poking through here a little bit, but yes, peepers. Yeah, like that's like one of my favorite times in the year. Like springtime when you get like this warm night, you can open the window in the house and we've got a pond that's probably a quarter of a mile. I don't even know if it's a quarter of a mile. There's a marsh out behind my house pretty much, and the peepers are awesome. best sound yet. Yeah, it is. I love it. It's coming. It's on its way. Yeah, that one is actually full. It's the first full one I've seen. But you can kind of see cloudy. Doesn't smell bad. Too much in it. Yeah. No. Whoa. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to peepers. I was actually just pointing out to my wife this morning on our way down to work. It's the first morning I've gone out and like the birds were actually out singing. So it gives me a little hope that spring is coming. It's on its way. It's just seems like it's been a while. Sorry, this thing's okay. There we go. Let's see. I learned mushroom ID from my phone. Chanterelle, morel, giant puffball mushrooms are the easiest to learn if you want to learn mushrooms. I guess I can't say I know what a puffball is, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. Mushrooms have always freaked me out for some reason. Like I said, I got a family friend. She's like, honestly, sometime I'm going to have to see if I can get her to come on my channel and we could make like a foraging video. Because I'm no forager, trust me. But this lady, if it's in Maine, she knows what it is. Always cook any wild mushrooms, in my opinion. Yeah, it'd be a good idea. It's funny that you mentioned mushrooms because I was actually just thinking a couple days ago, I'll go out in the woods and I'll find chaga and grind it up and put it in my coffee. And the wind's gonna tip us over. Anyway, I'll put it in my coffee, and my little jar that I usually keep it in, it's getting pretty low. So I was actually just thinking, I should go off and try to find some more chaga. Man, look at all the moths. It's like 5 dead moths in that. That's weird. Apparently they like the sweet stuff. So yep, that's gonna be. Maybe we'll make a video of that. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. Chaga hunting. I've got a couple of spots that I like that are pretty good for finding it. One of them's not too far away. The other one I got to kind of travel a little bit, but not too bad. I would like to get my dirt bike out, take off through the woods and see if I can find some like that. Chaga is good for fire can't talk today. Transplanting. It likes to amber. Yeah, I could see how it would. It's like really dense and super dry. So good point. But then I wouldn't have chaga for my coffee. Wind's picking up now. I guess they're saying there's chances of snow again tomorrow. I woke up this morning and it was snowing. It's true. This thing does not like stay hooked onto me here. It works, but it's annoying at the same time. But if I'm ever lost in the woods, I'll remember that. I'll find some chaga and I'll carry my fire around with me. I'm not sure where I'm going to be going, but we'll do that. All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down there. Whew, getting stuff cleaned up. It's worse when you're closer, FYI, yeah. It like, I don't know, things shakes all around. We'll just leave it. It's good to know, though. It was just a cheap tripod. I thought might work, but it's not going to. Uh-oh, I lost a, shoot, that'd go. Losing stuff. Nope, oh. Yep, this fox poop. There's been fox around out here. Luckily, I don't have chickens anymore. Horseshoe fungus is another fire keeper. Beyond birch bark. Huh. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I'm not sure what that even is. Horseshoe fungus. Huh. I'm almost done here, and then I'll show you something cool out in the woods here that I've known about for a while. I'm just gonna leave it there for now, but someday there's a really cool burl over here. It's massive. I was live Saturday showing, I don't know if anybody is ever on multiple times or whatever, but on Saturday I was showing, tipping over. I've got a bunch of cherry burls up in my barn that at some point I'd like to cut some knife scales out of them. And I've got a buddy that actually just got a hold of me. He's gonna make a few knives and asked if he could have some. Well, he wanted to buy some, but I'm just gonna give it to him to make knife, put knife scales on his knives too. And the stuff is awesome. I wished, if you go back and actually watch the live, I wished I had put some oil on it, mineral oil or something, because it's pretty the way it is, but man, you put some oil on it and it's cutting board oil or something, it's wicked pretty. And the cool part is I've got probably 500 pounds of burl. I've got a lot of it. Oops, so get the spile. That's odd. The last time I was down here, I've showed you guys this door a couple of times, but the last time I was down here, this door was standing up. All right, let's see it's what you might think of a horsefoot fungus would look like. A little like a turkey tail mushrooms, but it likes to grow on dead standing trees. Huh. I wonder, so by horse hoof fungus, do you mean it looks like a horse hoof, or because I literally just saw, where was I? When I head back up through, I'm pretty sure I just saw something like that on one of the, I don't know if it was the maple, a maple? Does it grow on different trees or is it like a specific species to grow on? Because I'm pretty sure there was a dead tree up here that actually had something like that on it. But anyway, what was the last time I came down through here, I had stood this door up. Maybe the wind blew it over. Yeah, it could have, I guess. Oh, the door's just always been cool to me. I think it looked pretty sweet, like writing 207 Stetter on it or something and hanging it up. I have some college, majoring in forestry and minor. Here is my absolute favorite. Yeah, you should see some of the size of these burls. I mean, like, when they were wet, of course, I have them up in my barn now, so they've been drying out for 3 years. But when they were wet, I mean, I could barely lift them. They were probably a couple 100 pounds each. They were huge, and I've got multiple. So I gotta do something with them at some point because they're pretty awesome. All right, I am not gonna drag this wheelbarrow all the way down there just for one bucket. So we'll go do this, and then we'll go see the giant burl I was telling you guys about. Yes, a horse hoof sticking out of a tree. I definitely just saw one down there. I'll have to see if I can find it on my way back through. That's funny. Trees have like stopped running. Okay. There. We are officially got all the taps out. It's funny how, like walking through the woods, you can walk through the woods your whole life and never see something. But the second you know what you're looking for, like chaga or something, it'll just like stand out to you after you see it and actually recognize it. It's just funny how that happens. All right, let's go see if we can find that burl. I just saw it. I just saw it out here somewhere. Let me see. I'll flip you guys around. You guys don't want to see my face. Nope. Deer have been out here. There's been a lot of deer down through here the past few days. They're definitely coming out. All right, where did that go? There it is. I see it over there. You spot it? I'd say the turkey's been down in here too. Well, it might be deer. So it looks like this burl is on a maple tree. Look at that. It's pretty crazy looking. I harvested a huge chaga a few years ago. It lasted me forever. Yeah, it does last a while. But man, that's a big burl there too. I don't know. You can tell the tree is not looking very good above it either. So the tree is not going to last real long. But I thought I'd leave it there for, I guess, as long as I can. The bigger it gets, but I mean, that thing's, it's hard to tell. I know it's up in a tree, but I would say it's probably 2.5 feet from one side to the other. And it's not quite as thick this way, but you can see the tree on this side is really not looking real great. It's chewed up. We're looking at a huge burl. I was just talking about cherry burls on here, and I'm down in the woods right now collecting my sap buckets, and I've noticed this burl for quite a while, and just thought I'd show you guys. It's kind of neat. Now I'm hearing dogs or something. That was weird. There's no dogs around here. Huh, I don't know what that was. Didn't sound like coyote. Oh, it's an owl. I don't know if you guys can hear that. These mics don't pick up real good. What animal makes such a burl? No animals make a burl. It's funny. There's two owls down here hooting at each other again. All right. We're got stuff packed up. I want to go see if I can find that. Man, owls can be creepy sounding sometimes. If they weren't so far away, I'd try to go find them, but they sound like they're a ways away. When I was a kid, my grandmother used to take me through these woods. And I saw a snow owl down here. Thing was huge. But that was a long time ago. I'm sure these are just barn owls. All right. It's cool, but it's nice out today. We're still up and running here. We breed three-legged chickens. Huh. Guess I've never heard of a three-legged chicken. I gotta flip this thing back around here. How pretty the snow owl. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Like I said, everything is bigger when you're a kid, obviously, but man, I remember the thing being like half the size of me. Where am I? I'm in Maine, central Maine, out in the woods, taking my spiles out from maple syruping. The season is over. Oops, there. So I'm pulling stuff and exploring the woods. It's nice just getting in the woods. I don't know. I enjoy just walking through the woods. Being out in God's creation is pretty nice. Whoa. Except for when you're hauling a wheelbarrow through a rock yard. All right, let's see if we can find those mushrooms. I'm pretty sure. I just saw some down here somewhere. Kind of want to see one of those owls too. They're pretty sweet. All right, where were they? Oh, wait, over here, right there. Hang on. We'll bring this up here with us. Burls are made of dormant buds that don't bloom. Huh, I never knew that. All right, I don't know if you're still on here. Is that what you're talking about? Who was it that was talking about these here? I don't know where we are. Live to Survive. That's who it was. Let me see if I can. I don't know how to message on here. I'm not even sure. I'm new to this, guy, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but There we go. That's a horse. It's small, but yes, yeah, sweet. I knew I'd spotted one. There you go. So there, I'm a professional. I'm a professional forager now. That's cool. So these were, let me see, what was it? That's horse hoof mushroom, sure. It's small. Okay, that's what I was just gonna say. I couldn't remember what you said. So this is good fire tender. There must be ooh, they're on there good. Wow. They don't like to come off. Dig the old Leatherman out. Wow, they're hard. I'm gonna be honest, this is one of the coolest things about YouTube lives is getting on and talking with you guys. Whoa. Like I've seen these before, but I wouldn't have known what that is. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It is soft. Now, I'm handling this thing. It's not like poison. I'm not going to stick it in my mouth, obviously, but like wash my hands after. Like I said, for whatever reasons, mushrooms freak me out. So, but that's pretty cool. Camera's not zooming in. Neat. I'll stick that in my pocket and show my boys when I get home. Tell them what it is. Maybe that'd make a good little short. We can figure out how to do a fire starter with it. Now I know you've mentioned before on here. I think that you do. Let's see, totally safe but never eat. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. Like I said, I am not gonna stick it in my mouth. That's for sure. Where am I? Let's see. I'm in Maine, central Maine, and messing around down here in the woods today. I had to come down and get my buckets for. Sorry, I had to get my buckets for maple sap. We're done. It's season's over now, and just to kind of exploring the woods while I still have a few hours of daylight left. I love coming down and just doing this, and just talking with Live to Survive here, and he was pointing out. He was saying, talking about what was it? I can never remember what horseshoe mushroom. Let me see here. Let me back up in the comments. I'm terrible at remembering stuff here. Horse hoof fungus. There we go. There we go. Yeah, he's correcting me as I'm going here. Yeah, so horse hoof fungus. So I ended up finding some, and he showed me that's the stuff. So that's kind of cool. Like I said, that's the awesome part about these lives is getting on. I've seen these in the woods, but like I was telling him, I'm not a mushroom guy. Mushrooms scare me for whatever reason. I just chaga and turkey tails. I know those two, and now horse hoof. So I'll bring that back to my boys and show them that, and let them start a fire with it. No, I won't let them do that. Hey, Michael and my son, how's it going? Learn something new. Yep. I'm gonna go there and give myself hypothermia, so I can ask this. All right. Well, cool. Now I want to go look for more mushrooms. You're on here, so I can ask you. I don't see much going on around here right now, though. What was that on? Just, I like to keep track of where it is. That's cool. That is on exactly what you said. A dead maple. So there you go. Tote mushroom. If you can find those, you can make some serious cash. Again, I don't know what is that peyote mushroom. Let's see. Um, sorry, I am not very good. There we go. Peyote is a desert plant. If it's a desert plant, I think I'm in the wrong spot. It's 35 degrees here and cold. But I want to see those owls. That'd be cool. But I don't even hear them now. They took off, I guess. So, I don't know. Let's see. I see no sand. I think he's thinking of psilocybin mushrooms. I don't think there's any of those around here either. If there were, I'm sure I could make money off those, but I don't think we'll do that. Man. What else do we have interesting down here? I don't know. The snow's just starting to leave. The trees are just starting to bud. So, all right, what do we got over here? Let's go check this out. I see another dead tree with mushrooms on it over here too. Wow, look at that deer path. They're trampling that right down. Oh, looks like more horse hoof. Those are old. It's that's soggy. That thing is there. Magic mushrooms grow on cow patties. Love the woods. Me too. It is. It's nice out here today. Let's see. We find cow dung. Grow. I have no cows around here. It'd be cool. All right. Gotta get this stuff cleaned up. Well, like I said, it's pretty cool that I can get on here and talk with you guys. And I had no idea what that mushroom was. And then you guys pointed out, well, not pointed out, but talking about it, and I can literally go find one. That's pretty cool about YouTube Lives. It's enjoyable to get on here and do stuff like that. It's pretty neat. Hey. Let's see what we're talking about here. So just you go find cow pasture in the morning. All right, nice. Whoa. Oh, there. I know one thing, I'm gonna be glad to get this thing out of the woods. It's driving me nuts. I've got a bunch of sap barrels and stuff like that up here. I got to empty out. It all went bad. I'll show you guys what it looks like when sap goes bad. It's kind of gross, honestly. I don't trust my mushroom identification abilities. You are not the only one. I was just telling these guys on here. That's a scary thing to me. It wouldn't, I don't know. It's called use Google. Yeah, I don't know. Even Google, like, would you trust Google with your life? That sketches me out a little bit. But I guess. All right, let's see if See if I can't get this thing opened up here. See what we got going on in this. This feels like Maine. You're right. We are in central Maine. My favorite nature fire, I can't talk today. My favorite natural fire starter is birch bark. Yep, that's a good one. I find just personal preference, I wouldn't say that either one is bad, but yellow birch is like more fine hairs and you can light that stuff up real good. All right, this, I don't know. Yeah, it's looking kind of, it's hard to, I'm sure you guys aren't going to be able to tell. Let's see. Yes, yellow thinner layers. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think you could walk up to a yellow birch tree with a lighter and just watch it go. Videography. Yeah, sorry. Mike, I was walking through the woods trying to haul a wheelbarrow. So that's why I was everywhere. Oh, I don't know if I can get some of this out of here to show you guys what it's not as bad as the other day, but this is what happens when sap goes bad. Let me see if I can get a bucket. It's yeah, it's not too bad. And it's going to be hard to tell on there, but it kind of gets jello-y, I guess, is the word for it. It's just, I don't know. But the longer you let it sit, the more like jello it is. And some of this that my dad pulled out the other day, it came out of one of the barrels like molasses. Man, that explains the friendly personality, quiet woods, April snow. Oh, me. Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to do. Is I had to pull my buckets. Sap season's over, so out goes the old sap. Kind of stinks wasting it, but well, it's not wasting it, it's no good. So I'm just trying to get stuff cleaned up, get stuff ready for gardening. Actually, I've been up that way. I have a friend in Portland. I am about 3.5 hours away from Portland. So I'm up higher. Nutrition for the ground. Yeah. It's a good point. I wonder how that would have been. Maybe I should have went and dumped that in my garden. Probably wouldn't have hurt. I get these buckets cleaned up and cleaned out. But yeah, so I'm a ways away from Portland. But not I'm not up in like Caribou. That's way up there. I honestly don't know how many hours away from Caribou I am. I'd guess a lot of people don't know how big Maine actually is. Maine's a pretty big state. If you go from Kittery to Caribou, it's like, that's a long ways. I've never actually looked to see how many. I've gone both ways. You know, Portland's 3.5. Caribou, I think, is 4.5 maybe up there. It's a long ways. Do you check the pH levels of your garden? I have before. My my garden's a field right now. I haven't got the rototiller out. I didn't do my garden over here last year. The reason being, I was lazy, honestly. We have a couple of, let me flip you around. We have a couple of raised beds over here. And so we did gardens there. And then this has been the garden in the past, but I haven't done it since Actually, it might have been 2 years ago, but this year, just with all the craziness going on in the world, I'm going to do a little bit of extra gardening this year. So we got, I don't know, probably, it's hard to see where it even was here now. At one point, this garden was, 25 by 50 maybe, around there. So let's see. I would guess that it would be a good new. Let's see. I'm not sure. I've never looked it up. That'd be a good thing to look up, I guess. Might be something to think of next year. But yeah, so I'll show you what else I got over here. Just working a little bit at a time out here. You can't see them very good. It's let me flip you around. You got some. Whoa, that's zoomed in. Man, you can't even see them. That stinks. So there's actually blueberry plants here. It's just everything is brown right now, so you can't see anything. But we got a couple of different types of blueberries. One high bush, and I honestly can't remember what the other one was. So there's 3 of the smaller ones, 2 of the high bush, and then over here we got some raspberries, and then they go to about here, and then up here we've got some blackberries. These just started producing blackberries last year, and they were pretty good. Let's see. I bet you've got bear and deer and a crap load of rabbit. You know what's funny? Deer, yes. My dog woke me up at 2 o'clock in the morning last night, actually, because there were deer running across my front lawn. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I was quiet here for a minute. They're out in these fields all the time. I've lived here on this specific piece of property for my entire life. I'm in my mid-30s, pushing 40s. And on this property, I've seen one bear walk through. I'm not saying that there's not bear around here. There are bear around here, but I've personally only seen one bear walk through here. I don't know, for whatever reason. And as far as rabbits go, I don't think I've ever seen a rabbit here. Now, if I drive 10 minutes up the road, there's a big fir, I don't know what you want to call it, fir grove up the road. There are rabbits everywhere in there. I mean, you walk through and they're flying all over the place. It's just funny that like 10 minutes down the road, I never see rabbits. It's same thing with the bears. They bear hunt up the road all the time. And my aunt in Adirondack saw so many bears just wandering to their lawn. Yeah, for whatever reason, like I said, I'm not sure. I guess it's a good thing, I guess. I mean, I don't really want bears wandering through my yard, but yeah, for whatever reason, this particular area that I'm in right now, they never wander down here. Again, 10 minutes up the road, for whatever reason, they're up in there. And I'm sure I've had bear walk through here and just never known. But moose, I actually have moose come through here a decent amount. My parents used to have cows and horses here, and this whole field was actually fenced in for horses and stuff. And moose don't care about fences at all. Electric, barbed wire, it doesn't matter. We didn't have barbed wire, but they just don't care. And they'll rip all of the insulators off the posts and take off and keep going with it. So there's moose around here. There's actually an old radar site about, I don't know how many miles it is from here. It's not that far. But on that radar site, when I was a kid, one of my favorite memories is jumping in the back of the truck I've got some family that live on an island out on Vinyl Haven's the name of the island. But I got some family, they'd come up here for Easter weekend. and we'd all jump in the truck and take off and go up on the roads to that radar site. And when they sand and salt in the wintertime, the salt would obviously get all over the roads, and the dirt roads would kind of absorb it up. And the moose would be up there on their front legs, down licking the roads. And it was so cool because, I mean, you could drive by and like pet them if you wanted to. We never, not supposed to do that, but like you could literally stick your hand out the window. They wouldn't get up. They just keep licking the salt. We have blueberry, blackberry, mulberry, apples, and walnut. So like I showed you there, I got blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. I have an apple tree over here. I have no idea what kind of apples it is. I knifed off a bunch of it a few years ago. Before I knifed it all up, there were just, I mean, hundreds of little tiny apples. I knifed it up a few years ago and it started producing like almost normal sized apples. It's getting too big again, and I've noticed the apples have started getting a little smaller and a lot of them again. So at some point I want to trim that tree up, but it's kind of just overgrown as it is. I'm afraid, I guess you can't really kill an apple tree, but it's a pretty tall tree. I mean, that's 20 feet tall. So I know they're supposed to be shorter. Crabapple. No, I know it's not crabapple. They're almost like a yellow apple, like a yellow transparent. I don't know. I don't even know if that's natural around here or what, but they are like a yellowish apple almost. They're good. Once they get bigger, they are good. But I don't do any pesticides or anything on them. So there'll be a lot of bugs and stuff out of them. So it's something I gotta work up to. I love super sour crab apples. I don't think I've ever had crab apples that I know of, honestly. I know there's a apple orchard 20 miles from here. I know they have crab apples, but I don't think I've actually tried it. Let's see, leave it alone. Leave the tree alone. I didn't think crab apples were edible. I don't know. I've never had them, so that's funny. But yeah, so I got to get the rototiller on the tractor. I got to start plants. We've been kind of hesitant to even start plants because it's been so cold here. I mean, nights are still dropping down into the 20s, and the forecast isn't looking real great. So planting isn't coming along real soon here. But I do need to. It's time. I got to get my seeds started. So I think my wife is the one that does a lot of the. She buys a lot of the seeds she knows what we eat the most. So I think this year we've got like the kales, lettuces. We got a couple different kinds of tomatoes, some peppers, which I don't know. I've never had good luck with peppers around here for some reason. Yeah, what seeds is? Yeah, so like I said, let's see. Let's see. We got the biggest thing that we're going to be planting this year, I think, is going to be corn and potatoes. We haven't done that in a couple of years. It's one of those things that I don't know. I had a bad experience with potatoes for a while. Let's see. You can do the kale and lettuce. Now they like this cold, even light freezes. Yeah. I would do that, but the problem is where I am, the ground is still frozen. We like to feed the birds, so I'll set up, let me show you. I'll set up some trees with bird feeders. Those are our raised beds out front there. So I'll set up bird feeders in that. And I've been trying to pull those trees out for a while, and they're still frozen in the ground. So let's see. When I was a kid, my neighbor had an apple tree. The apples were super sour. They had worms. I never. Yeah, let's see. I've never had as good as apple scents. Yeah, like I said, these are good apples, but I don't know. They are kind of buggy, but I'm sure I could take care of. My dad's pretty good with apple trees. Um, he's planted some around multiple houses that he's had, so he knows how to cut them, trim them up, and fertilize them, stuff like that. So eventually, I might have him come up and help me knife them off. So you have permafrost, yeah, pretty much. Man, the frost is not. It's getting soupy on top now. Well, I'm not near any. I'm not near any dirt, but it is getting soupy on top. But you dig down any distance at all, and it's pretty hard still. It's mud season now, though. I want peach, pear, and plum now. Yep, my dad's done uh, peaches, right? Yeah, peaches. But I like pears. Pears would be good too. That's a nice piece of property. Thank you. Yeah, it's. I've got plans for it. I got a lot of work to do, but this over here. Whoops, I'm backwards, inverted here. So this over here, at some point, I. If you have ever been on my live before, I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself, but like at some point, I'd actually like to turn this into a greenhouse so I can start plants and things a little earlier. I had plans on doing that this summer, but it's like a chess game on I need to get this piece moved before I can move that piece, before I can move that piece. So I need to get my big tractor up and running, which I actually do have it running now. I got to get another battery. Then after I get the tractor running, I am able to go down, number one, rototill. Number two, I've got a wench over here that I can take and go out down the woods that we were just down in and cut some trees down. So then I can get my dad's sawmill up and running so I can saw some boards out so I can finish this off as a greenhouse. Let's see, how many acres? So my piece of property here is about 3.5 acres. My sister owns a few acres behind me. And then the piece of property that we were on a few minutes ago, if you weren't here, you wouldn't have seen it, but a few minutes ago down across, my dad owns 20 something acres down there. And that's an awesome piece of property. It follows a stream. Um, it's pretty nice. Let's see. Is that upstate New York? No, I am in central Maine. So not, well, not that far away, but far enough away. I'm in upstate New York. Nice. Yeah. Well, it's getting dark, guys. I've got to go find some supper. Thank you all for watching and hanging out with me. Thank you for the mushroom advice. Where'd it go? There it is. I'm gonna go show that to my boys in a few minutes. It's pretty cool that we were able to do that. It's neat hanging out on here and finding cool stuff. We'll go chaga hunting here someday. See if we can find some. Um, now that I'm looking at it, hang on. Let's go look at this quick. So, best place to find chaga is on birch. And I see a dead birch right here. So I'm going to go check it real quick. Oops, what do we say? What do we say? Let's see. Do you have wolves, bears, or coyotes? All right, so we have bears and we have coyotes. I was just explaining to somebody that was on here a few minutes ago. I've lived here on this piece of property my whole life, basically. I grew up in the house next door, actually. I've seen one bear run through here. I'm sure there's been more than one bear run through here, but I personally have only seen one bear run through here, so it's not real often. Coyotes, I see them run through a decent amount. Oh, look, turkeys. Hang on, see if I can zoom in. I'm shaking. So there's some turkeys over there. Yeah, so he's running away now. Yeah, so bears, coyotes, deer and moose are like around here all the time. What else do we got? Nothing. No wolves. No wolves. Well, okay. You're gonna start down the rabbit hole if you go on, if you go down that. Yeah, there's no wolves in Maine. So go talk to the game wardens about that. They'll tell you no wolves in Maine. There's people that have seen them and shot them though. So let's see, what do we got here? Very nice. I also have a greenhouse I need to put up. I'm in Missouri. Nice. Yeah, greenhouses would be awesome. This would make a pretty sweet little greenhouse. It's perfect because it's already facing south. The sorry, I'm getting distracted. We'll go look for the chaga here in a second. But it's an old like lean-to that my parents used to have for cows and horses. And as you can see, I just have a rototiller in it right now. But it needs some work, needs some boards